What's up, you guys? It's your girl, DEJA D, and we're here with another episode of my podcast, Let Me Tell You Something. Thank you all for tuning in. Okay, let's run through these announcements. Make sure you all check out the articles tab. I have articles for each episode of the podcast, as well as just some other articles. This one specifically has some articles on there, as well as some Instagram content, which I'm super excited about, that we're going to be talking about as far as the different topics and stuff like that. And make sure you all are checking out the shop tab so you all can shop my 2 books, my children's book, Every Sparkle Needs Some Shine, as well as my coffee table book full of quotes, DEJA's Daily Doses, which is like full of motivational quotes, super cute for the coffee table. And make sure that you're following DEJA's Daily Dose on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. I'm super excited about that. And make sure you all follow me at DEJA D. You know, I'm rocking my 2 pigtails today. Okay. Also, check out my ear candy. I have these 2 ear cuffs, and then I have like my tragus pierce. Then I have like my 2 piercings, and then I got these like bamboo hoop earrings on. And then I have like this hoop. I don't know. I just felt like my ears look super cool. I don't really have too many like piercings. I have 7 piercings, but I don't have all of these ear piercings. And I'm honestly not even looking to get no more. I know this is like so off topic, but it's like a podcast, so I'm not trying to make it like, you know, super tit for tat. It's kind of like whatever I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm just super excited actually for today's episode. I have like the episode schedules planned out already, but for some reason this was supposed to be episode 6 and I might move it up. So you all are probably watching this like as an earlier episode because the topic that it is about is seasonal depression. So, you know, contrary to this opening, you know, this full of energy opening for the podcast episode for today, let me tell y'all something. I am like low-key sad. Like, I'm just a little sad. I feel like I'm in better spirits now and I'm in a positive space as in today, because like I'm really excited right now as far as like the podcast and just like really working and getting that kind of stuff done. But in general, during this time of the year, I am really sad, like compared to the summertime. And I also feel like the place in my life right now that I'm in, I'm about to graduate. I graduate May and it's December. So it's like this is my last semester, undergrad, like winter semester, last fall undergrad semester. Like, I'm kind of sad about it. Like, I'm really, really sad about it. Like, the sky is getting darker, the air is getting cooler, and y'all, I literally feel like time is moving and I'm just trying to keep up with it. Like, I feel like that episode of SpongeBob where he just like gets up, goes to work, go to sleep, gets up, goes to work, go to sleep, gets up, goes to work, go to sleep. And it's just like, like I'm low-key tired. Like, I'm trying to balance so much right now, and it's like, you don't have to rush, you don't have to do all of this, you don't have to do it. But it's like, no, like I have to rush. I'm trying to make sure, like, this is college graduation. And it's like, okay, I feel like high school to college was an easier transition to college to post-grad. Because in high school, at least we had the option of going to college and not having to worry about too much just yet. To where now it's like, I could go to school again, but I don't want to. And once you say, okay, I'm done with school, and all you know was school for a long time, like, school is such a safety net. School is such like it's really a safety net. Like, right now, like, I could just be like, you know, I'm a college student, so like all I gotta worry about for real school, like, I could be a poor college student, like, but as long as I'm like going to school, like, I could live in a dorm, I could just be thugging it out and be poor. But once you like graduate and you don't have school, then it's like real life comes, and like real bills and real responsibilities, and like, what are you doing with your life? Like, are you going to work? What are you doing? Like, it's not fun to be a poor person. It's okay to be a poor college student. You don't want to be a poor college student, but it's okay to be a poor college student. But don't nobody really want to be no poor person, like no poor adult in the United States of America. Although, you know, it's a lot of poor people in America when you think about it. But I don't want to be one of them. Shit, I want to put this degree to use and make some big girl money. And I don't know why I get so sad every year. Like, I don't know if it really is just because of like how dark it is. They want to save the daylight when they need to be saving me. They worry about saving the day like when they need to save me. I feel like the holidays don't hit no more. The holidays ain't never going to be the same from when I was a kid. Like, the excitement that I used to get running down stairs to see what presents was under the Christmas tree, and like waking all my siblings up like, Richard, Rissa, Yana, get up. We need to wake up mom and dad. We need to go down there and see the Christmas presents. That's never coming back. It's never coming back. And I'm kind of sad about it. Like, this is like a whole little sidebar. I remember one Christmas, at a certain point, we knew Santa wasn't real, but it was still giving like Santa Claus like hide the presents under the Christmas tree. But I'm the oldest child, so I knew kind of before my siblings knew. So I used to go in my parents' room and like look at the presents and stuff. But I did this all the time. Like, they didn't know it, but they found out this one year, like they kind of knew that I was looking. And I don't even think they knew from me. I feel like my other siblings went in there and like moved stuff around. And so when they brung it up to us, it was like I knew I had looked. So I'm not going to lie. Like, I never been like a lying person. Like, I'm one of those people that's like, yeah, I did it. Like, am I in trouble? Yes or no? Like, I'm going to get in more trouble for lying. So I just don't even lie. So if I did it, I'm just like, yeah, I did it. Whatever. Like, what now? I don't really lie. But I feel like they were the reason why I got caught. I feel like one of them went in there and looked at the stuff and didn't put it back how they were supposed to, or they just made it too hot. But because I had already looked as well, when it was brung up, did you look? I'm not going to say no. So they found out one year and they seen that we looked at the presents, and it was just like, y'all looked at the presents? Oh my God. It was just like, please, like, stop. Don't take Christmas. I look at the presents every year. And once they heard that, they was like, well, damn. I was like, yeah, like, can we get the presents early? Like, we didn't need to wait till the 25th, do we? Like, I already know what I'm getting. But that was just a little story that I thought was really crazy. Back to seasonal depression. The season, they're worried about saving more of the daylight than they are saving me. Like, can we actually talk about that? If anybody knows the real scientific reason behind why we need to make it darker, please let me know. Because I don't understand why they get to control the time like that. Like, why does the time need to move every single year? That doesn't make sense. It could just be colder. I don't know. I'll never understand it. But also, the cold weather is getting people sick. That's not the move. And with COVID still around, I hope y'all didn't forget about that. It's like, okay, are you coughing because you have COVID? If you're coughing in general, you need to back up from me. Like, when people cough, I'd be like, back up, please. Respectfully. Disrespectfully, actually. Because why are you coughing next to me? Shoo shoo. I miss the sunshine. I miss the warm weather. And I think that we spend more of the year in the dark, in the cold, than we actually do with the sun and the shining. Maybe I need to move to like Miami or like LA or something to where I could get more sunshine. I always say that I want the fall weather to come because it's like, oh, fall fashion, like the hoodies, the coats, the cardigans, the baggy pants. But then when it gets here, it's like burr. I think the perfect weather for me is like 60, 70. Like, can the wintertime get as cold to like 50s, 60s? When you start getting below the 50s, that's when you start to lose me. I like the 50s, like, for the winter. Don't get no colder than that, because why is it 30-something degrees outside? Why is it 31 degrees outside? Why is it 20-something degrees outside? I'm not frozen chicken. I'm not trying to be in the freaking freezer or the refrigerator. I'm trying to just be like the fan, like keeping it cool. But I wanted this episode to be more so like things that I've been doing to kind of keep myself in a more positive mood, because I feel like, especially in the beginning of the season, I have to start telling myself like, okay, it's dark. It's dark outside. It's the winter time. So you can either be pissed off and you could be like really, really mad, really, really sad, really, really depressed, or you could just like start implying certain things into your life and adding certain things into your life during this time to make yourself feel better, because I do suffer from seasonal depression. I do get seasonal depression during this time of year, and it's just more so like, okay, let's not, I don't want to be depressed, like, and I don't think nobody wants to be depressed. I don't think nobody wants to be depressed, but I really don't want to. And I know that I could get depressed. So rather than that, I try to like start adding these things into my lifestyle and doing these things. And so far, I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing a pretty decent job with keeping myself happy. I still get my sad days and my sad moments to where it's just like life is still moving super, super fast. And, the year is just really ending, and oh my God, like, oh my God, oh my God. Like I still definitely have those times, but just here are some things that I have been doing this season and like pretty much all season, but just some tips and stuff that I will give to anybody out there watching, and just kind of how I'm dealing with my seasonal depression. So number one I have is grind time. So like this winter in particular, I have been working on my podcast. And so this is kind of giving me something to look forward to, something to work on. So that time that I'm sitting in here and I'm just like super bored and I just don't know, I don't have anything to do. It's like, okay, I could record a podcast episode. I could get up and give myself a reason or some purpose around this joint. I could write my articles for my blog. So I've been using this time to just pour my emotions into my content, setting up my blog, setting up different, like making different graphics and things like that. So wherever that is to you, and working on like your side hustles and stuff, like really take that time to start that business that you've been wanting to do, make those videos, record that content. Like we're sitting in our rooms for a majority of the time. It's not like, oh, let's go out and go for walks like we used to, or just be outside just because the weather is nice and it's darker. So it's just like, I'm just chilling with the vibes, sitting down, recording my podcast episodes, getting into my work. And I'm one of those people who like actually loves getting into their work. Like I'm kind of like a workaholic a little bit, which is like a partial flaw that I also have as well. But it's something that keeps me busy. And I mean, you can't really be too mad when you're pouring into things that you like. So this isn't like a role like, oh, I'm working like my cashier job or something like that. This is work that I actually like doing. So it's fun to me and it's benefiting me at the end of the day, because content, this is what I do. I'm a content creator. So spending time working on my content and working on my craft and giving myself a reason to do my makeup and get all cute, do different hairstyles and just kind of have fun with it and build myself at the same time. That's kind of what I've been doing and taking my time to do this winter, and also being able to like pour those emotions that I'm having into my work. So like the days that I'm sad, getting to write articles about it and getting to talk about it and tell stories about it and like show it in a creative way is pretty cool to me. Ginger ale. So the next thing is for me are my gin games. If you don't know, you all probably already seen this episode, depending on what order I did them, because like I said, I want to kind of move this episode up a little more. But I've been in the gym. I'm like an honorary gym rat. I'm a new gym rat. I haven't fully claimed my title just yet. I'm waiting to do so. But I really enjoy going to the gym, and because I like that, I'm going to like talk about that a lot. So I definitely recommend some sort of like physical activity, whatever level that is to you. I find that working out, it's really fun. Like working out is such a stress reliever. Sitting there and pushing those weights and like getting your blood pressure up and like really getting your heart rate up and stuff like that. Not blood pressure, getting your heart rate up. It's like something about it that just makes me like happier. Like I'm not a kinesiology major. I'm not no like workaholic workout girl like that. But I just know that when you're like running and like challenging yourself and pushing yourself and doing that for yourself, that is like really, really good. And then also when you think about it, you feel better. Like you have more energy. You're not just sitting around slouching, letting the days and the hours fly past during this time. You know, you could even do that when it's dark outside. You go to the gym in the evening, and you know, because it's dark outside, you probably can't get out and do as much walking and physical activity, and then you're sitting in the house just watching TV and everything, and then you start gaining that weight, and that just builds and adds onto the depression. Like, no, you could get up and hit the gym. And another thing that makes me happy is like when you start seeing your work pay off from the gym. Oh, hell no, I can't be mad with a fat ass. She got a big ass. Like, I can't be mad with a flat stomach and a big booty. I'm sorry, I can't be mad with a big booty. Who could be sad with a flat stomach and a big butt? I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna cry. I just can't. I'm not gonna be sad. My butt is fat. I'm sorry. So yeah, like, it helps me reach my goal. It helps me release stress. Like, it increases like the dopamines in your brain, which is like a health related. It's a psych major. I feel like I should know. Helps increase the dopamine levels in your brain, which is like a happy chemical in your brain. So definitely, if you have not been adding some physical activity into your lifestyle during this time, make sure you do that, even if it's like doing little walks, doing some squats in your room while you're, you know, working out in your room and stuff like that. I definitely recommend doing that, because that's something that has been helping me and just giving me something to do during this time to get my mind off of whatever thoughts could be going through your head this season. Next is definitely getting up earlier. I used to wake up so late, like especially during the pandemic. I live with my grandma, so she's retired, and I'm not. Like, I was sleeping until like 1 p.m. Like, girl, you're missing your whole day. Like, my grandma, she already had her job. She already worked. She's retired. You're not. So you don't get to sleep that late. You need to get up and start doing some stuff. So getting up earlier is definitely key. And the sun comes up earlier, so you want to try to get as much sunlight in your day as possible. So definitely start doing that. You know, the sun is coming up. You want to make sure you're getting up, opening those blinds when you wake up. I like to make sure that as soon as I get up for the day, I'm opening my blinds, letting that sunshine in so it can start getting me up and moving and things like that. And I try to increase my time with the sun being out. So while the sun is up, I try my hardest to do all the errands and stuff that I have to do. Then, especially like as a girl, I don't really like going out too much when it's dark at night, like running errands and stuff, like the partying. We could go out when the lights is out. That ain't a problem. But like my errands, and like especially if I'm doing it all by myself, I'm not trying to like go to the grocery store and go to a bunch of the stores and stuff like that in the dark. I would if I had to, but if I don't have to, and I can get up and get my day started and doing these things earlier, then I'm definitely going to do that. So definitely getting up earlier and doing all of that, and getting that sun while it's up. I also say, like, make sure that you're spending time with hanging out with your friends and your family. This is the holiday season, so you get to see a lot of your friends, a lot of your family, get to talk to them, spend time with them, you know, really enjoy their presence and talking to them, and just, you know, it helps you bring yourself back and being whole. I know that I've been spending a lot of time hanging out with my friends recently. I don't be doing nothing in here for the most part, you know, maybe sitting on my computer doing some assignments, typing up some stuff, watching TV. So instead of sitting in here alone, getting all sad about it because you're so lonely, you know, you could spend that time and go over there with your friends. We be watching Bad Girls Club, and we be watching The Real Housewives of Potomac. Let me know. Let's actually chat about this. I'm gonna make this a clip on my Instagram, and I'm like let you all comment about it. But let's chat about it. You can also chat about it on the Let Me Tell You Something section. If you scroll down at the bottom of the page, it's going to be like a Let Me Tell You Something section on the website. And it's like an anonymous box. You could put your name if you want. But I have it anonymous as well if anybody doesn't want to say their name. And this is also sidebar. You could comment on that anytime. Like if you want me to just say something about anything, or you just want to submit something in, or just anything at all, you could type it there. You could type it with your name, or you could type it anonymously. It does not matter. I don't get to see it unless I don't know who it is unless you say who it is. But let me know, one, what's your favorite season of Bad Girls Club? What season do you think is the best? So far, me and my friends, we have rewatched season with Vegas. Oh, them chicks was jumping down, jumping people down. So we watched that season. We watched Mexico. Mexico was wild because they were dirty as I don't know what. They were like, oh my God, why aren't y'all taking showers? And then the last season that we just finished was New Orleans. That was also another crazy wild season. So far, one of my friends say Mexico is taking it. The other one, she hasn't really said which one she likes the best. But for me, between those ones, I'm thinking Mexico was crazy, but New Orleans was really good too. New Orleans was really good, but I think Mexico was crazy. Mexico was crazy. But anywho, we've been watching like Bad Girls Club and Housewives of Atlanta, like finding seasons and stuff like that. Though that's kind of fun. Like sitting there, we be so excited about it. Like, y'all want to watch Bad Girls Club tonight? Y'all trying to come over and watch Bad Girls Club? And we don't be doing nothing, just be chilling, watching TV. And we be really into it, like watching the whole season. You know, we'll watch a few episodes one day, a few episodes another day, a few episodes another day. We be talking about it, just having a good time like that. So this is cool. It's spending time with people, getting out of your room, getting out of your head, getting out of all of that stuff. And sometimes it is okay to be in your head. I think that it is okay to sometimes have those thoughts and have those sad moments with yourself. I think it's important to, because you need to figure out like why you're sad. Like, what's making me sad? Like, I feel like for me, what's kind of like getting to me at this very moment is just like, you know, I'm not right now. I'm not even sad about like the fact that I'm going to be leaving college. I ain't really sad about that right now. Like, that'll probably kick in more like when I'm getting ready to go. Right now, I'm kind of like tired of school. I'm tired of going to class. I'm tired of kind of like school. I feel like when I look around at school now, it's giving kiddie. And it's not to say like it's childish to be in school, but it's starting to give childish. And that's just because it's time for me to go. Like, it's that time for me to leave. And I'm not like fully like turned off against it at this very moment, because I'm still trying to like in that embracing it mode. Like, I am still in college, so it's okay for me to still be doing some of this stuff. But some of this is like kiddie. Like, I'll look around, I'm just like, this is kind of reminding me of high school at this point. Like, this is kind of giving like school. It's school and it's school. So it's starting to look like school, and I'm kind of like over school. So it's just like, yeah, I'm not trying to do nothing school related. Like, I don't really want to do any of this anymore. So I'm not really, that's kind of how I am with that part. And I'm going to miss it more when it's time for me to like actually leave. Right now, I think what's getting me is just like, I feel like time is just going and going and going and going and going. And I'm just trying to keep up. Like, I can't believe that it's December the 5th. It was just my birthday, July 23rd. It was just Cinco de Mayo. I remember like it was yesterday where we got up and we went to the taco spot, and we was turned as I don't know what at the daggone taco spot. Like, I just feel like time is just moving really, really fast. I feel like I'm just blinking and it's the next day and I'm going to sleep and I'm waking up and I'm getting ready to go to class, and it's just like that. And it's a little like anxiousness and trying to like make sure like, okay, I need to make sure like, oh, I'm getting my job, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, I'm looking at places to move, I'm doing this, I'm making sure this is coming up. I'm even looking like, dang, my podcast is about to start coming out. I need to make sure I'm finishing up these episodes in enough time and things like that. So that's kind of where I'm at now, to where it's just like, oh, it's just so much, and it's just not enough time. And it's like, calm down, because when you really sit and you think about all of this stuff that's stressing you out, now it's like, okay, well, what can I do to de-stress this situation? Like, yeah, time is moving fast. You need to make sure that you're just do a little bit each day, because sitting around and worrying and stressing about it coming up fast is not going to make it slow down. So once you start to realize, like, once you sit down and actually like evaluate what the thoughts are that are making you sad, you then start figuring out how to work on it. Like, I could be anxious about my podcast coming up, but let me take the time and record the episodes. So now that the episodes are getting done and you're working on it and you're editing it, you're not only taking time by not sitting there doing nothing, you're working on it, but you're like releasing some of that stress because you're getting the work done. So just continuing to work But just continuing to work, continuing to do what you already know to do. Just keep pushing yourself and keep working towards what you need to work towards. And it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be good. Everything's going to be okay. No need to fear. Everything is going to be good. And the next thing, and one of the last things that I think that really is that I'm starting to do, I'm still working on this one actually, but I'm learning to embrace the season. Like, I can easily sit here and be like, oh, holidays just ain't the same no more. Like, nobody's in the spirit. And I'm still trying to make this holiday spirit myself. But, like, I'm trying to also start creating new traditions because I don't live at home anymore. And, you know, I am away at school and I'm getting ready to move and I'm getting ready to do these things. So, because holidays aren't the same, how am I going to now make them still the holidays? Because I could easily be like, holidays ain't never gonna hit like Christmas when I was waking up with my siblings. But what does the holidays look like now for the 20-year-old age, or for the 21-year-old age, or for the 22-year-old age, for the 23-year-old age? You know, what do the holidays look like now moving forward? Because time does move. You do grow. You're not that child anymore. You're not that person anymore. But the holidays are still coming, so you just have to learn how to embrace it for what you are. So I'm trying to get in the Christmas spirit. I need to go get me some holiday pajamas. But I need to start making my hot cocoa, putting the Mariah Careys and the Temptations back into my playlist. I need to start, you know, watching the holiday movies. And even like when you all are watching this, it's probably like early in the top of the year. But just like enjoying the cold weather festivities. Like, I don't need to wait till the summertime to start doing the summertime stuff. I need to start doing the more wintertime stuff. So, you know, the snow rides and the ski trips and the different things like that. I need to start getting into that kind of mode and like embracing the holidays, embracing the happy winter weather, and just getting myself back into those happy times like when I was a kid, because I used to love the Christmas time, like the snow and making the snow angels and things like that. Like, I'm not gonna be out there busting down on snow angels like that no more. But what does this now look like for the 21-year-old DEJA? What does this holiday time look like for this kind of year, you know, for where I'm going now in the next stages of my life? So you could either be happy and enjoy this season, or you could get overwhelmed and so sad about it. But either way, it's coming, so you just have to decide on what you're going to do with it. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I kind of wanted to add this one in there because I thought that it was really like an important topic, and I wanted to give you all a little bit of tips because this is a motivational self-love and confidence blog. So I wanted to make sure that I was being intentional with some of my episodes, and I feel like all my episodes are intentional. So let me actually take that a little bit back. But I wanted to make sure that I was talking about topics that do affect me and how I kind of stay positive and work on it, because I do get sad during this time of the year and I have my moments, but I try to work on it and I try to imply these things, and make sure you all leave some comments and stuff. I'm going to make some Instagram posts and like kind of like different things for you all to check out with tips and stuff on how to stay positive during this time of the year. So make sure you all are checking that out. Make sure you read the article if you want more details on anything I was talking about in this episode. Let me know how you all felt about this episode as well. Let me know some more tips that you all had. Make sure you all are following us on that Instagram page. We're really going to be active over there regarding this episode, because I want to make sure I'm pushing out some content to let you all get some tips and stuff during this season. But thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye, guys.
I think I'm bad as hell, I got his shoes out of line. Saying tomorrow I do the dishes, never come. Easy bake, easy wake, come on. Just give as much as you take, forgive as much as you hate, or get the fuck out. I've been in this dugout, looking for a way out. You know, just take